let's see if they can come
quickly. On first down, Osweiler. It's caught. Fedorowicz. Call it a...
Not any run after it.
Second down. Miller, the lone setback. Osweiler, 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up a third down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
On third down, Osweiler. He's going to loft one deep left side here, and he couldn't hang on.
Drop could really hurt their momentum.
Now here's Shane Leckler on to punt it away to his longtime team, the Raiders. Jones on the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Raiders will take possession. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter three.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back from the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Throwing, Cook. And this will be incomplete. Latavius Murray, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's third down. The defense in an enviable position here. The offense needs 13 yards. It's third down.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll set up to throw. And that's complete to Walford. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
The big tight end, Clive Walford, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. Second down now after the incompletion. One receiver to the left is Cooper. Now Cook. Throw left side to the tight end, Walford. A good pickup there at 22. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
And on 2nd and 10 now, looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Cooper, the man in motion right. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Caught left side to Crabtree. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and all of a sudden here it's third down. They're still in search of the first down after that last completion. They come out here in the eye. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The tight end, Lee Smith, the intended receiver. And that brings up fourth down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on fourth down and 9. Here comes the D swarming to the line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Crabtree with it over the middle. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. And that'll bring up second down. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Murray, the lone setback. Halfback sent in motion. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On first down, Murray. And he stopped immediately there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Marcel Reese, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have drawn even here, and they can take the lead with the extra point to come. And that one puts them on top here in the 3rd. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And now out comes Houston. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll run it again with Miller. And some room to maneuver. And a cutback right sideline. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, Hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On the right side, this is Miller. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Back now in Mexico City. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Receiver carry. And a gadget package there won't do much for him. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, here's Osweiler. Underneath for Miller. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now Osweiler on 2nd down. Completion left side to Miller. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. And quickly they get to the line. But he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the 1st down.
And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller. And it's 2nd down. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Again on 2nd and 10 now. It's Osweiler. And that'll be incomplete. A long drive here. Play 12 coming up for the offense. So the D-line's going to spread out. On 3rd down, Osweiler. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Incomplete. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
But one of the things you like about a zone read play that has an option component to it is that it gives you plenty of different ways to go. On this one, though, I'm not sure they chose the right one. Maybe they should have pitched it out on this one because that play was absolutely swallowed up.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Time to ground it out now with Murray. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Andre Howell, the one to bring him down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
See more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now fourth down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Now Cook. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that three.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large. But here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school. I was always begging my teachers.
And the Raiders have got him. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
On second down, Osweiler. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Third and long, it's Osweiler. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Here's Thomas. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Brian Cushing. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
He'll look to throw. On the right side, this is Miller. And he'll go down at the 28. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be third down. So here we go, a third down after the second down pass completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick, and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
They'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he's brought down. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Back to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Now Osweiler. And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for 2. And now the lead stays at 5. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. This will be taken in at the 1. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And now out comes Houston. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line...
Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out here in the eye. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Old school defensive tackle play dictated just stood up and danced with the guy in front of you. And if a guy came near, tackle him. New school, you don't want to just dance. You want to get past him, get upfield, and make the play in the backfield. A big-time play there. Fourth down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this will be caught. He'll forget taking the score defensively. How do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it, having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation.
Again, another win for this unit.
And it's not even cookie cutter. We're seeing them win different ways each week. Confidence awfully high on this football team.
So for Houston, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And now it's off to the airport for a date with Customs and a long flight north to the U.S. Meanwhile, for Oakland, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.
Tonight we ain't going out, so we invited everybody. The made, well, they're way too strong, but ain't nobody saying sorry. The speaker's so blown, no one knows what it is, but we keep it on repeat 'cause we don't want it to end. We got the rest of our lives for the rest of our lives. And the rest of tonight for whatever feels right. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. One day we'll look back.
Kick off your week by installing your game plan.